you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loom Train. It's me, it's JJD. JJ Double J, the Illuminator here. Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames. We won't get into that right now. When I had my apartment in Providence, Rhode Island, I was living on the first floor of a 3-tenement house. Those houses were largely built for Italian families back around the year 1900. I believe the house I lived in, I looked it up, it was built in 1902. But they were basically 4-room apartments, and everything is off the kitchen. You know, the door into the apartment leads into the kitchen, 2 bedrooms off the kitchen, the bathroom is off the kitchen, and the living room. Which around here, that's a lot of the Italian families. That's how it is. Everything happens in the kitchen, so everything is off the kitchen. It's not like one of those, apartments with a hallway with everything down the other end. No, everything is off the kitchen. That being said, I lived there because it was close to work. But nobody could have told me at the beginning, when I first moved there in 2004, nobody could have told me that I would live there for almost 13 years. I was like, a month or 2 months shy of 13 years. And I think, honestly, it was mostly because of just necessity. I was close to work, and, that really was one of the only things that meant, that it was one of the biggest anyway. One of the biggest things that, just pouring a cup of coffee here. A little bit of coffee anyway, half a cup. It was one of the things that meant the most, other than family. I was about 6 miles away from where I'm living now. But that's how Rhode Island is. I mean, you're like 6 miles away from everything in Rhode Island. Blinking, if you're on the freeway, blink and you miss it. You'll go from Connecticut to Massachusetts, blink and you miss it. But my landlord, I didn't know this at the time, which, how could you? I mean, you don't know someone, right? But my landlord was, I guess you can categorize him as borderline slumlord. Never really took care of anything. Only put money into the house if he needed to, or to prove that he was, to save on taxes or whatever. Bought the cheapest of everything. Either him or his brother, they did everything to save money. And then the brother, you want to talk about half-baked. You got a half-baked job. His brother was a painter, supposedly, but nice guys, but not really the guys that you would want as a landlord. My landlord, anyway. I don't know. It's just, you go back and, hindsight is 20/20, but you go back and look and you say, how did almost 13 years go by? I guess I never really assumed it would last that long. I never knew. How could I? I didn't know. I was just living things day by day, really. And before you know it, all that time goes by. But I'm in a much better place now, owning a house, being near my parents, on the river, wildlife. It's like night and day, guys. It's like night and day. So the moral of the story is, just because, you don't know where life is going, sometimes it ends up being okay at the end. In the greater scheme of things, really. What are your thoughts? Put your comments below. I love you all. Take care, stay safe. Have a good rest of the day. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.
Game over. I am not a crook. Aru.